Imagine you are 6 years old reaching for a bright candy in an adult's hand. The hand suddenly pulls it away, just as your fingers almost touch the wrapper. They laugh loudly while you stand there, confused and empty-handed inside. Sometimes they yell instead, saying, "You do not deserve even a single sweet." Fast forward 20 years, and that same pulling away feeling haunts you daily. Now the candy has turned into alcohol, nicotine, or endless phone notifications. You chase anything that promises your brain can finally unclench for 1 minute. Childhood trauma does not just leave sadness, it rewires your entire reward system. Growing up in chaos teaches comfort is unreliable, like a survival mission daily. Every good moment whispers, "Do not trust it, because it might vanish again." Neuroscientists name this dysregulated reward circuitry, where joy needs external proof. Picture a busy office worker grabbing coffee to silence that same whisper inside. It is not weakness, it is basic neurobiology trying to grab stale candy years later. Your first teacher was not kind, it was cortisol flooding a child's tiny body. Screaming parents or unpredictable moods became your daily kindergarten lesson. Chronic stress hardwires the amygdala to live in a haunted house forever. You grow jumpy, hypervigilant, waiting for the next invisible monster to appear. One day something turns the volume down, weed gaming or endless sugar rush. Your body sighs finally peace after years of constant internal alarm bells. But that peace owner soon controls you like a shadow you cannot escape. Trauma survivors crave normal because calmness itself feels suspiciously foreign. Imagine an IT guy chugging Red Bull to quiet his haunted amygdala at work. Addiction becomes DIY emotional regulation when no one taught safety properly. If you ever used something to turn down the noise, comment 1 below now. Your traumatized brain acts like a paranoid dopamine accountant every single day. It treats happiness as a high-interest loan with severe consequences attached. Steady dopamine trickle stops leaving drought followed by overwhelming floods. Substances borrow joy from your future, creating emotional payday loan crashes. A girl swipes Tinder for hours chasing floods to escape the dopamine drought. Soon you forget how to enjoy a simple, sunny day without fireworks exploding. Childhood trauma taught your brain to mistrust happiness at its core level. Addiction steps in as the middleman in this toxic happiness negotiation daily. Not all trauma screams, some whispers quietly in emotional neglect shadows. Growing up, your feelings stayed invisible unless you proved useful or entertaining. That rule evolves into adult addictions to people of validation drama or overwork. Your nervous system fills the void with any flicker of fake connection available. Someone binge watches shows until 3 a.m. pretending loneliness does not exist. Addicts escape the ghost of being unseen more than the substance itself. Your brain craves being felt deeply, not just the temporary numbing drug. The straight-A kid never caused trouble but imploded emotionally inside daily. Trauma forces children into mini adults, caretaking everyone else's feelings. Being good becomes the only path to stay safe in a chaotic household. Emotional suppression builds pressure like a time bomb ticking silently. Adulthood arrives and bottled feelings leak as anxiety, rage, or exhaustion. The dam finally breaks, flooding everywhere, needing an immediate outlet. Substances offer instant rebellion without arguments or demands from anyone. Every binge raises a middle finger to invisible perfection, pressure forever. The good kid melts down because they stayed too strong for far too long. Trauma teaches self-blame for simply surviving the unbearable chaos around. Shame burrows deep, whispering you are not enough no matter what you do. A habit quiets the voice temporarily, but shame returns louder afterward. You use again, creating a hellish psychological feedback loop endlessly. Try writing a letter to your shame voice, telling it the truth today. Shame acts as the invisible dealer, fueling every single addiction cycle. Traumatic memories hide like landmines, waiting for random triggers daily. A smell, sound, or song detonates flashbacks stored deep in your body. Your nervous system reacts as if the danger happens right now again. Addiction numbs, flashbacks slows heart rate and drowns mental noise fast. But it blurs memories, preventing full processing like duct tape on alarms. Without healing, addiction remains your emergency fire extinguisher forever. Healing from trauma is the ultimate rebellion against your past rules. Trauma says do not trust anyone. Healing whispers, let us try anyway. Trauma demands stay numb. Healing insists feel it all the way through. Trauma claims you will always be broken. Healing says watch me change. Addiction shows adaptation gone too far in a hurtful world once. No one showed safe relief, so your brain created desperate alternatives. Therapy, or opening up, teaches your nervous system a brand new language. Recovery means feeling good without escaping the pain first every time. Write a letter to your 6-year-old self, promising the candy is coming. Each healing choice untangles bad headphone wires one knot at a time. Recovery remembers who you were before the world made you forget. Childhood trauma and addiction tangle tightly, but you hold the scissors. Subscribe now to untangle more knots together in future videos soon. Share this if you are choosing healing over another stale candy chase. Comment your biggest landmine trigger to help others feel less alone. Picture that 6-year-old finally receiving the sweet they always deserved. Your brain learns trust when joy arrives without being pulled away. Cortisol kindergarten closes its doors as safety becomes the new teacher. Dopamine flows steady, no more loans or crashes disrupting your day. Ghosts of neglect fade when you finally see and feel your own worth. The good kid lays down perfection and picks up authentic rest instead. Shame vortex slows as you return the blame to where it truly belongs. Landmines deactivate when memories process fully without numbing aids. Rebellion wins every time you choose presence over escape routines. Your nervous system rewires for peace that no substance can steal. Imagine waking up without chasing the next unreliable comfort source. Healing is not becoming new. It is returning to your original self. Every small step counts in this quiet revolution against old pain. You deserve the candy without conditions or sudden disappearances now. Trauma's rules break when you live the opposite truth every day. Addiction loses power the moment safety feels natural and reliable. Your story shifts from survival to thriving in gentle, steady ways. Comment 1 if hypervigilance ever ruled your childhood playground too. The haunted house amygdala finds real windows and open doors, finally. Dopamine accountant retires, leaving natural joy to manage itself freely. Invisible feelings become seen, heard, and deeply validated at last. Time bomb diffuses as emotions flow without suppression anymore. Shame letter burns, releasing the weight you never had to carry. Landmine field clears path for walking without constant fear skins. 6-year-old you smiles knowing the candy arrives safely this time. Recovery untangles the final knot, leaving wires smooth and free. Subscribe to keep remembering who you were before the pulling started. Share with someone still reaching for candy that keeps disappearing. Comment your first healing step to inspire the next quiet rebellion. Your brain unclenches permanently without external proof ever again. Peace owns you, now instead of the shadows that once controlled. Joy trusts you and you trust joy in a beautiful mutual dance. The rebellion continues every morning you wake up choosing you. Childhood ends, addiction begins healing, and freedom takes over. Thank you for watching. See you in the next untangling journey soon.